Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. This is a Stranded in the Pacific Northwest episode number 26. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We have got a lot of work to do today. It is harvest time up on the upper Northwest. We've got all of our fields over here. The wheat fields are what color? The barley. The barley fields are ready to harvest. And you can see all of our other fields up here are in the second stage of growing right now and need to be fertilized. So we are going to be taking care of the wheat, the barley, and the oats, or harvest the barley, fertilize the wheat and the oats. And then I think we've got enough money to purchase some more fields. We're going to purchase another group of 4. So that way we will have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3 groups of 4. We're going to have 4 groups of 4. So 16 fields up on the mountain in total. Right now, let's jump in the Class Platinum Edition Harvester, and then we will start the barley operation. And then what we'll do is, when the barley's done, we'll store it all in the North Railroad silo, because we still don't have a silo storage up here on the hill. Okay, so we're going to start with the smaller fields first. I think field 15 is the smaller one. As soon as we lift the header off the trailer here, there is a clear path we can drive all the way to, it's field 12, sorry. We're going to do 12, 11, 10, and then 7. Those are the 4 barley fields that we're going to harvest today. And then we're going to be fertilizing all of the other fields. And then once we start that off, then I think we're going to buy 4 more fields and then plow those up, because the 4 fields that I'm looking at there have some withered crops on them, so it doesn't make sense to keep those. And then we will start the seeding process all over again, and then we have our upper northwest operation in full swing. This would be what purchasing 4 new fields would be phase 4 of phase 3. Step 4 of phase 3. I'm getting so confused with all the phases and the steps. Let's just say we're slowly conquering the upper northwest. All right, so we've arrived at field number 12. On the map, still showing grass, but you can clearly see that there's barley there. All right, this shouldn't actually take that long, because field 12 and 11, I think, yeah, 12 and 11 are fairly small. 10 is sort of medium, but 7 is kind of a little larger than medium, but not so large we should call it a large field. It's like a medium and a half. Yeah, it's a fair size. So we've started off the harvester. Now we're going to load up the fertilizer. You can see that field 8 is the only one that is completely 100% fertilized. So we've got to do 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9, and 13, I think. So we're going to jump in the Horsch Lieb PT350 fertilizer sprayer. I'm going to fill up this bad boy, and then we're going to start the fertilizing process in no particular order. We're just going to fertilize all of the fields that need to be fertilized, and then we will move on from there. All right, you can see here on the map we've got a lot of fertilizing to do. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 13 all need to be done. All right, so while we're driving to the first field, why don't you take a minute, look in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click that subscribe button for me if you haven't done so already, ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content, and then like and share this video with all your family and friends. Force them to watch it, and then force them to leave a comment as well. I'm just kidding, don't force them to do anything. All right, we've arrived at the field here. We're going to set up the fertilizer sprayer. While we are setting that up, have a look at the featured channel section of my YouTube channel as well. You'll see 3 very good up-and-coming YouTubers there: Crazy Simulator, Carl Johnson Gaming, and Deuce MS. Go and check out their channels. Subscribe to their channels if you have not done so already. Like and share their videos, and turn those notifications on. You don't want to miss anything from those guys. All right, so due to the size of this fertilizer sprayer, this actually should not take that long at all. We should be able to fertilize this in no time flat. We will have to make some adjustments near the bottom of the field, as it's probably going to hit the railroad tracks. It's not very measurement friendly. All right, so there we are off on field number 2 is on its way to be fertilized. All right, so the next group of 4, let me see, I was thinking these ones here, 14, 15, 16, and 17. The only reason is if we buy these 4, we already own 20, so we need 21, 22, and 23 to make that group of 4, but 23 is saddled with 24, so that kind of mixes into my plan a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll purchase 14, we'll purchase number 15, we'll purchase 16, and we'll purchase number 17. And then we've only got 2 more sets of 4 left to go. You can see there 3, 19, 18, 24, and then 21, 22, and 23, and we will own the entire upper northwest. So now we've just got to figure out what we need to do. We need to plow 14, 15, 16, and 17 while the harvesting and fertilizing is taking place. And then let me see here. All right, so we're going to continue the harvesting and the fertilizing. Everything's good. And then, yeah, we're going to plow. We're going to get rid of the withered crops that are in 14 and 16, I believe, have withered crops. So we're going to be taking care of that. Let's just switch. We've got a lot of vehicles here to cycle through. We are looking for the class Axion 960 TerraTrack. That's what we're looking for, because it's already got the plow attached to it. We're just going to drive on over to this field, field number 14. It's just up the hill here. Now, I know what you're going to say. This crop is not withered. We are just going to be plowing over free money, but we've got to get rid of it. We need to start fresh with fresh crops in this field. So we're going to plow and then reseed. And then at this point, we've got $1.4 million. So if you haven't tuned into the other episodes for the Pacific Northwest series, you'll notice that our cotton business and our soybean business are bringing in steady between $1.2 and $1.5 million every harvest. So we don't really need any extra money. We're kind of sitting pretty right now. I don't think we can call this series stranded in the Pacific Northwest. I think we can call it rich beyond my wildest dreams in the Pacific Northwest. Although this did take a lot of work, it has been a long time coming. All right, let's get the tipper ready. We'll drive that over to the harvester, and we'll go pick up our first load of barley and bring it over to the north silo. Yeah, let's just bob and weave in and out of the equipment. We'll go down to the road. All right. This has turned into a very profitable operation, as you can clearly see. We're very, very busy. We've got harvesting and seeding going on down the mountain, and we've got harvesting and seeding going on up the mountain. There we go. This guy is almost done this small field, and we'll zip on over to the one beside it, number 11. Then we'll do number 10 and then number 7. All right, and this guy is just about done fertilizing this field. All right, so we'll switch over to, we're just going to go back to this guy, helper G. And then we'll just zip on over to field number 1 and fertilize that one. Oh, that worker seemed to have missed some spots. That's okay. I don't think we need to go over that one unfertilized spot, waste more fertilizer than what we need to. Although at this point, what's the harm in it? Helper G has completed his task. Let's drive on over to helper number 1. We'll hire our field number 1. We'll hire another helper, and then we'll start fertilizing again. right, we've arrived at field number 1, which is conveniently right beside field number 2. There we go. We've still got lots of fertilizer in the sprayer because I forgot to turn off helper by fertilizer. So that's my fault. So now we are actually using fertilizer that's in the sprayer. All right, so this guy is on his last line of barley, but we've got a full harvester, so let's get this in here into the tipper. There we go. All right, filling up the tipper. Let's jump ahead a little bit. All right, so this guy is just about done plowing field number 14. We've got a little bit of work left to do here, but he's saying that he's done. I'm saying that he's not, so we'll come back and finish that. Right now, the harvester has yet another almost full load of barley, so we'll just drive this on over, or we'll just extend the pipe and go get the tipper. And then we'll take another load of barley into the tipper. All right, let's check on the plow. There we go. So we've just got a little bit of plowing left to do on field number 14. Then we can move on to 15 and 16 and 17. 17 may take a bit. It's kind of weirdly shaped, but let's just get the rest of this done here. Just the little teeny spots that the worker missed, because I think we're going to be planting. So we've got wheat, barley, oats. I guess we're going with canola on this field. And then the next group of 4 will be corn, and the next group of 4 will be sunflowers. We've already purchased our sunflower and corn header, so we don't need to expense that later on. We are all ready to go. Helper B has a full grain tank. We've got to get back over and empty out the harvester again. That's what happens when you fertilize your crops to 100%. You get tons of crops. So here's the withered crops here in 15. So we're going to get rid of this garbage, and then we'll plant some fresh crops here. All right, where is the tipper? There it is. All right, so 11 looks to be completely done. It is. We are on field 10 now. Just a quarter of the way done field number 10, or just over half. I can't tell. That looks about, maybe just about halfway. All right, let's fill up the tipper one more time. What do we got here? This is still the first trailer load of barley. Alright, Helper E is blocked by an object. Helper E, that's the fertilizer guy, I think. We're going to have to go and unstick him from wherever he is. Let's just wait till this fills up here. There we go. We'll move the tipper out of the way so the harvester doesn't hit him. And let's go check on the fertilizing guy, who is now in a predicament of his own. Blocked by an object. Oh no. That object being a tree. All right. Where are we here? All right, so 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, and 6 are done, half of 5. We're going to have to do this manually, as I don't think the worker can comprehend these weirdly shaped fields. I think they only understand squares and rectangles. I wonder why they don't have any circle fields. Maybe we should build some circle fields on a map somewhere. We just drive around in circles. That's something. Yeah, let's build some circle fields maybe. All right, we're going to finish up the fertilizing on field 5, and then we'll move over to 4, I think it is. Let's do that now. All right, let's go check on the harvesting. All right, so we are just about done. Field number 7, that is now done. Let's go dump this into the tipper. So off camera, we already put 1 load of barley into the northern silo. Let's fill the rest of this up, and I think that's it for the harvesting today. We just had the 4 fields to do. Next episode should be good because we should have about 8 fields ready to harvest, so that'll be fun. Let's put the last load of barley into the tipper. That last little bit right there, done. And now we'll fold up the harvester, drive it back to the farm, and then dump the rest of the barley into the north silo. So let's do that now. All right, so the harvester's all packed up. We are now arriving at the Northern Railroad silo with the last load of barley. Let's drive this in. Now, this is a little tricky. If you ever played this map and you've got this big semi-trailer, you've got to position it just right so that you can load your barley into the grate, but the front of your tipper does not hit the doorway. And I think we've got it just here. Let's see. Perfect. Just missed it by about a half a foot. All right, and the barley's going in. We got a lot of barley, about 111,000 liters of barley. We're just going to store all the crops in here, and then maybe for the season finale, we'll just sell everything. And then I honestly don't know what we're going to do with this map afterwards. I was sort of maybe thinking about turning it into like a multiplayer map, because now we have like 3 farms with lots of equipment, lots of things to do. So we could potentially turn this into a multiplayer map. However, there's a crap load of mods that people will have to download in order to join me. So we're still working out the logistics, but I think that's what we're going to do. Multiplayer on the Pacific Northwest, just for fun. Maybe we'll use some for footage, who knows. All right, so harvesting is now done. We are still... Where are we? There's so much equipment. I think we're done with the fertilizing as well. And now look what the worker did on this field. He did not have a good day. All right, so we're just going to plow this up real quick. And then this will be it for today. This is the last thing we needed to do, was plow all the fields that we just purchased, and then we can load up the seeder. So next episode we should be harvesting those 8 fields that we just fertilized, and then we'll reseed the 4 that we just harvested today, plus seed these 4 that we just purchased, not barring anything else that needs to be done in and around the farm. But after we cut out of this video, we're going to have to go and plant some more cotton and soybeans, and then harvest those as well to get our income. Well, we might not have to. We've got $1.4 million sitting in the bank, plus like a buttload of crops to sell if we ever need money. So I think we should be okay. And here's my favorite plow working in reverse. All right, let's just get this done. That one side seems to be okay, just this one side of the field is kind of all cattywampus. That's right, cattywampus, it's a word. Alright, let's just plow this up real quick. Oh, a little bit more, almost at the end. No, a little bit more. There we go, and we've got that part to do on that side as well. Alright, so let's just go and zip up the last little bit of grass here. We'll get rid of that. And then once this is complete, next episode we can probably purchase the next 8 fields in the next episode. I don't see any reason to drag that out. We can just buy everything, and then we will be the kings of the Northwest. We're no longer stranded, filthy stinking rich, and we own every field on the map. That was the end game, to not be stranded anymore. So 26 episodes in, and we went from having absolutely nothing, if you remember from the very first episode, and if you haven't watched the very first episode, you got a lot of homework to do. You've got 26, by next week, 27 episodes to backtrack on. So you should probably start doing that now. All right, let's get over here to this side of the field. We'll plow up the rest of this grass. And then I think that we will call it a day. All right, I have really enjoyed playing this map. There's lots to do, lots of diversity, lots of fun. So many different crops, so many different pieces of equipment. All right, just plowing up the grass. Do, plowing up the grass. All right, and we'll just shift into reverse and take care of the rest of the pieces here. Hopefully we can get it all done in one swipe. I think we can. There we go. I certainly do love this little lizard plow. Certainly become one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use. I think maybe it's like a big paintbrush. We can just make the fields into whatever we want. It's really easy to maneuver. All right, plowing is now complete. 4 fields plowed and ready to seed. All right, so let's take this tractor back. We'll drop off the plow, and then I think we'll call it a day. Early finish today. It's only 20 after 8 in the morning, but we've been at this for quite some time, and there's not really much else I can show you in this episode. So I guess that'll be about it. We're on our way back to the farm. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember, this you're watching JCTV, playing on the Xbox One console. This was a Farming Simulator 19, stranded in the Pacific Northwest, or now as I like to call it, filthy stinking rich in the Pacific Northwest, episode number 26. Thanks for tuning in, folks. For now, this is JCTV saying see you later.